It is my pleasure to introduce each of you to Lottie Marcela Ramirez. Take it
Thank
away,
you.
my friend.
Thank you. Okay, so I wanted to start off. As you can see, I'm not sharing my screen yet, but there is actually purpose for this. So, what is media in essence? It's any type of tool that we use to communicate any type of information, right? So, when we do audio, we're leaving just the waves of the sound of, the speaker, and just you basically can look at anything that is in front of you while you're trying to pay attention to that voice and the message that the person is trying to send. So what type of audio do we have? Usually when you decide to do like a voice recording, podcasts, those are the type of audio that are usually like out there for for people to listen to. Okay, so now this is another type of actually audio messages. So where I'm sharing my screen now, and I want to welcome you to improving teacher presence with media. This is what we call a presentation with a voiceover, and you basically have either PDFs, documents, presentations that you are going to be going over with a little bit of audio in between. So this essentially it's what a lot of us do when we're trying to provide a little bit of teacher presence, picture and a little bit about yourself. So this is what we say that it's a written introduction of a personal matter. So if for those that have created an ACCVU or a course, you would know that here at the Center for Online and Continuing Education, we strongly suggest that you create a personal introduction and a course introduction. But why does it matter? Why is it important to actually create this type of media? So now you can see me. My name is Lari Marcela Ramirez, and I am a digital coordinator here at the Center for Online and Education. Um, I have been here at this department for about 3 years, and I actually graduated. I got my bachelor's and my master's in information technology and management here at FAU. So as you can see, there's differences of like when you have audio and then you only have written, and then you have a person telling you about themselves. So it's completely different experiences because now you can put a face to the person that was talking to you at the beginning, and also I have your attention because I'm not sharing my screen anymore. So what are the tools? All right, so I don't know if you are aware that Microsoft PowerPoint, you can actually create presentations and record and make them as an MP4. So I am not going to be able to do a demonstration because it will not allow me since I am presenting already. But I did take this right here, and I can show you just a little bit without actually going through. So slideshow. I have a PowerPoint here, a template, and you can go to the record slideshow, and then you would hit record from current slide. So anybody that has access to PowerPoint will be able to create media through this tool. Now, when you do record from this slide, this is basically what you get. So as you can see here, let me make this a little bit bigger. There is the microphone. There is actually for you to be able to show your camera as well. And there is tools for you if you want to be able to highlight as you're talking and doing your presentation on PowerPoint. At the end, when you are done recording the presentation, you can save it as an MP4, or I believe the extension is PPTXS. That's for you to be able to just play it as you would do a playback of a video. Another one of the tools that we have available as a resource, Canvas. So this is a course that I actually developed for my e-certification, taken here at COSI. And I just want to demonstrate to you. Let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger. So if you go to the main page of your module and you do edit, there is an icon here that says record. or upload media. So you can essentially record media from here. It's not going to pick up my webcam because I'm already using it here in WebEx. But you can actually record straight into Canvas, or you can also upload your media. So if you're using your cell phone or iPad or even your laptop and you're creating files, you can essentially upload the videos here to Canvas. Now, the downside of doing it straight into Canvas is that you're going to start a lot of the capacity that you have in your Canvas course. So if you're going to be doing like, I don't know, like 30 seconds, a minute type of recordings, then I would recommend this. If not, I would suggest doing media site, which is my next one. So we all have access to MediaSite, and it works the same way. It's like a combination of screen sharing and also a repository for your media. So if you go to Canvas MDR and do add presentation, you will see that you can start capturing just the video. You can upload a new video and link to an external video. My suggestion would be to use MediaSite as your media repository and then embed into Canvas. This will allow you to not take a lot of the room that you have in your Canvas course. Okay, so Canvas and MediaSite are supported by FAU. So if you have any technical support need, OIT will be able to assist you with that. Now, these two are external resources that we have found, and they work in the same manner as MediaSite. It's just that, we have found that a lot of people have system requirements that they're not compatible with MediaSite. And these other two tools have been proven to be very helpful. So I'm just going to quickly show you the page. And if anybody wants to try it out later, we will be providing these external links so you can actually try it. So Loom is actually free for educators, and there is no you don't have like a limited time like Screencast-O-Matic does. So Screencast-O-Matic has been widely used for FAU faculty here. And the only thing is that if you do not have a license with Screencast-O-Matic, you can only use it like up to 15 minutes for free. But Loom, you can actually go over 15 minutes if you're going to be doing a lecture. Screencast-O-Matic. Okay, so this is the page for Screencast-O-Matic, and again, it's just external resources. You will start the recording for free, and it gives you up to 15 minutes. There is limited options that you have. I don't think that you can actually edit, but and also there will be like a watermark on the videos saying Screencast-O-Matic. If you buy the premium, then you'll have a wide range of options to use. Now, the other option, if you want to start creating your own media for the course, it's OIT has these rooms that you can actually reserve. So you can do self-service recording. So this is the website. And if you go down here, it's Lost Instructional Time Assistance for Faculty. Reserve the video self-serve studio. You click in here, and then you have two type of rooms that you can actually book. Now, I don't think that they have anything available for today. Well, no, this is for Tuesday. So this is Tuesday already at 1 p.m. and that's the only slot that they have right now. So if you choose this one, there's nothing for that. They have tomorrow capacity of 2 at 1 p.m. So then you would click in here, and then you submit the times. It will ask you for your information, and so you can get a confirmation, and then you would just show up in there. You would do a presentation as if you would do in a classroom, face-to-face classroom, and they will give you just the recording information so you can post it in your Canvas course.
Hi, Marcela. We actually have a question. Her question is, will you provide a summary comparison of tools so that we can make educated decisions about which tool we should use? I had challenges with OIT providing closed captions for files that were not done on media sites.
Yeah, absolutely. We can also provide suggestions of other external resources that you can actually use for closed captioning. Again, and it's going to be this type of, if we're going outside of OIT assistance, technical support that they provide, we're going to be teaching ourselves other media. So like other external resources. So like say Canvas and media site, if you have any issues, OIT will actually troubleshoot and help you with this. These other like Loom Screencast-O-Matic, these are stuff that, if you want to get familiar with it, it's going to take you a little bit of time for you to actually learn how to use it. And, closed captioning, you will have to find out how to upload it into the actual video if you're hosting it, like say in YouTube, or if you're going to be putting it in media sites. So it's learning opportunities. There are tools out there. We just need to we'll have to sit down and actually learn on how to use them. So that's the only thing to keep in mind. But yes, definitely we can send you a comparison chart and for you to look at. Okay, so going back to why the teacher process is important, it's because it creates a sense of community. It promotes the student engagement and trust. It makes the teaching and the learning more personal. So, and this is something that I did my entire master's online, and even though that I was working at FAU, it was just more convenient. I found myself getting more engaged in courses where I actually could put a face to the professor versus, just reading off of PowerPoints and PDFs. And like if I needed to, like reach out to the professor, there's not even like a picture on their profile. So it's those kind of little things that you can actually create a rapport with someone that is teaching you virtually. So when you're building a course with us here at COSI, we will do most of the production for you, if not all. So the only thing that we cannot do for you is sit there and teach the class. So what we'll do is we'll create a media plan, we'll sit with you and we will go through the course build process, and we will create a list and inventory of all the media that you would like to record with us. We also provide on location or in studio recordings, and we also have the use of the teleprompter. So right now, I have cues in my laptop, but I don't have a teleprompter. Now, cues are good because you know exactly what to talk about. It gives you a sense of, like a momentum, so you don't lose your train of thought. Teleprompter actually helps a lot with that. Faculty members are usually, on the go, face to face, but when you're in front of a camera, sometimes that can get a little bit intimidating, and teleprompter usually gets it gets rid of that. We edit all of our videos and we provide captions, and then ultimately we will put it in your course. The other thing is that there is this essence of like when you're sitting in front of the cameras and the lights and the microphone, what we usually tell our faculty member, which is entirely true, we're there so just so we can capture you teaching us, because essentially we're listening to everything that you're saying. So you're teaching the person behind the camera. So it's not like, oh, I'm just, talking to a camera. No, there is an actual person there listening to everything that you're saying, and will be listening to when they're doing the editing. So it actually does matter everything that you say, and you're actually teaching somebody at that precise moment, which is the videographer. So this is some of the on locations screenshots that we've done in the past. We do office visits per se. So we can like come to your office, or we have done like say if you're doing like a charity type of course, or anything creative that you would like to incorporate in your course, we pretty much do it within driving distance. So if we can drive there, we can actually meet you, and if we have also the permission of the location. So if we're going to be recording I don't know, a hotel, we need, rent information, but we're willing to go that far, to do a recording. This is actually at FAU by Tortuga Trail. They're at FAU. This was at an office location. And this is another on location. This is a camera that is essentially on top of the person, so they can actually see everything that is going on from like sort of the person's perspective. And this is actually a 360 video, which I can show you a little bit about. All right, so this is a 360 video, and we did for a chem course. And this is what the lab essentially looks like. And the student gets the entire experience of what the professor is actually doing. You can take a look around up to the side, just like it says, it's a 360 video. So these are what our in-studio setups are. So if you want to be using a PowerPoint and you want to be on camera, then the split screen would be the setup that we would recommend. We have different types of backgrounds, different colors, so we could essentially have you just on one side teaching, and then the PowerPoints on the other side. If you're more inclined to just lecture without having graphic tools, such as a PowerPoint or a document, then the presentation lecture choice would be, the one to go. We also have green screen. This is what it would look like in the studio, just the green screen in the back. And then we can basically do your background, anything that is copyright compliant, and we're allowed to use to put in the background. And this is the lecture with digital writing. So essentially, it's a split screen, but you actually have control to write on the PowerPoint, and just as if you were lecturing in a whiteboard.
Hi, Marcela. Thank you so much for the presentation. It was very informative. My question actually relates to your last slide, because I do a lot of PowerPoints where I am drawing and explaining things on the PowerPoint. And I usually don't record myself because I feel like I can't be making eye contact with the student while I'm writing on the slide. So do you have any pointers for that? Do you think it's an issue? But I mean, pretty much the whole time I'm talking and I'm narrating my slides.
I don't think it's actually, it matters if you have the video. I mean, the more the better, right? If as a as you showing your face, because again, it creates that that visual representation of the teacher actually being there. However, if you are lecturing and you're doing these lectures on your own, I don't see why having the just the PowerPoint and doing a voiceover would hurt. That's actually ideal. Again, I think that everything is balanced. If you can alternate and do videos of you lecturing, and then also doing PowerPoints, and and doing voiceovers, that's what we basically call it. It would that's great. It still gets that that feeling that you're actually teaching me, and not just I'm just reading off of a of a platform. All right, so that's all I have for now. Now I'm going to present Ken Chang, which he's going to talk about how do you curate content of videos that you find in YouTube.
Hi, everyone. Happy Monday. My position at COSI is Instructional Technology Coordinator. I bring tools to everyone to enhance teaching and learning experience. And today I want to introduce something about YouTube. First thing first, there's a really important suggestion I want to give is try your best to separate your personal YouTube account from your professional account. Because sometimes when you're sharing this type of media in the course, sometimes it shares your reading habits as well. For example, if you have been reading my screen, you probably already know part of my habits. So I hope you always keep in mind that whatever you are sharing from YouTube that goes into the course, make sure it's separate from your personal life. So today we are going to talk about YouTube playlist. YouTube has been a very good learning resource all the time, and sometimes we love to embed YouTube video into our Canvas courses. But there's another way. If you look at my screen on the left, the second section here, there's actually a playlist section. These are the playlists I created. So when you go to a playlist, it actually shows a list of the videos I feel related to the same subject. So with this type of playlist, you can actually insert a playlist with a list of the learning materials you think is good for students. Instead of sharing 10 videos inside Canvas, you can actually just share one playlist. As for how to create a playlist, there are a couple of ways. For example, when you mouse over a video thumbnails, there's three dots. If you click it, there's an option to save to playlist. So this is a tricky part. When you want to create a new playlist, you actually have to do this step first. So see all the playlists I created, there's an option here I can create a new one. And I'll say something like learning code. I'll prefer to use as unlisted. So not everybody on the internet can see it, but you can actually share it with your students. So once I did that, it's going to be in my list here, learning code. And since it's created, I can always go to another video. Let's say this is another code learning video. I can just go to the video while I'm playing. Here's a save with a plus icon. And there you go. You can choose this. And when you want to share it with your students, like embed it into the Canvas course, you actually go to the playlist. It's really simple. Just hit this, or you can actually collaborate with other professors. But you can actually share this playlist by clicking this share button. You'll see a bunch of options, and usually when you are insert this media, YouTube video into Canvas course, it's something with this. If you see this, don't be scared. Work with your instructional designers, and they are all professional. They can help you with it. This is a really quick tip I want to share. Just keep in mind that when you are sharing, make sure you separate your account. That's really important.
One thing that I just remember, and this is just for anybody that is doing their self-recording media, is just a few tips. As you can see with headphones, it's so much better the sound. So if you're going to be doing self-recording media, keep in mind that the microphones on laptops, they are like built in, and they're like super far away from you. So in order for you to be able to provide a good sound, you're probably going to have to be like super close to the laptop. Also, the fan and any other background noise, it will be picked up most likely rather than your voice. So this is why these headphones are usually better to use when doing when recording your own media. Also for lighting, just stay away from having light sources in the back. try to have them either on top of you or in front, so you can actually, your silhouette doesn't get darkened by the lights in the back.
One of the conversations that was happening during the chat was about comparing, say, Screencast-O-Matic to MediaSite. And I think it's helpful to point out that you can record using any tool. You can record using your cell phone, you can record using your laptop, you know, and then save that recording as an MP4. You don't have to record directly in MediaSite. You can load up a video into MediaSite once it's finished. I find it easier to do it that way. If you're doing MediaSite, you want to use Firefox. A lot of people don't know that, but it certainly makes, for some reason, it makes the process go a lot faster. All of that, our team is really great about offering tips, offering support, any kind of help.
And one other thing that I realized is it's okay to have errors in your videos. I think it makes us human. We would make errors if we were in person. So I know I do. So I know I feel comfortable leaving an error in a small, like maybe I wasn't getting the right word and I thought about it for a minute and then kept going. I think that just makes you more human to the students. And it makes like there's a real person on the other side. Yes, shout out to Dr. Lisa, progress over perfection. I love that.
Yeah, so going back to what Kathy said about using any type of tool, and use MediaSite as your sort of like your vault or library of your recordings. I think that I shared, I'll share really quick again. When you go to your My MediaSite, you can just upload videos, and for a lot of people, it has been so much easier just to use MediaSite to, keep their media in there rather than using it as a screen shares, a screen capture software.
Be possible, Lottie, to mention how, once we post it in MediaSite, how to access the links to get it into the course?
Sure. So let me share again. I think I have it there. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to choose here. So I'm just going to choose the first video that I find here. And I'm going to do live PD. Okay. And this is just me. I like to have access to MediaSite and the course that I'm going to embed this information into, next to each other. I find that it's much easier, to navigate. So you know exactly where you're going to add the video. You go to that page. And say that you're going to add it here. See if this is done. It's still processing. I think I chose too big of a file.
Well, that's okay. Lisa has a question for you while you're waiting for that.
Mm-hmm.
The question is, can you speak a little bit about closed captioning and or transcripts? For ADA compliance, which is preferable, closed captioning or transcripts?
Ideally, both would be best. And it's the whole reason behind it. It's because you have access to the closed caption within the video and also the transcript as a file. So if you have, like, say, international students that need to, translate what is going on. So closed caption, it helps because, for accessibility purposes, but it doesn't provide that, accessibility for, English as a second language students. So that's something that we have actually encountered and that they actually request sometimes, and it's, the transcripts for that particular reason. Also, for screen readers, transcripts are usually, helpful just to reinforce the closed captioning in videos.
At the same time, if closed captioning is helpful because you can see how it lines up with what the person is saying at that time, especially if there's visuals, which there certainly would be, except if you're doing a straight out lecture, but if you're doing a demonstration or a PowerPoint voiceover or something, the closed caption is also helpful to see what words go with what visuals.
Great. All right. So this video is taking a little bit longer. So I'm just, for the purpose of showing you how to embed it, I'm going to choose an old video that it's already uploaded. So essentially, once that you upload your file, it will show in the list of your library. You can just go here to share presentation. And if you're going to provide just a quick link, just a link to it, you copy. Or if you want to embed it, which is what I think it's more helpful just for the purpose of consistency, you go here to insert, edit media. It's the second icon at the bottom, and then you go to embed. You just paste that link, and then it shows there. And you're not taking space from your course by hosting the video actually in MediaSite. So that's, at the beginning of the presentation, I mentioned that you could also do it through Canvas, but that's just weighing it down the capacity of your Canvas course and taking room from it.
Okay, lots of questions. Thank you so much. We truly appreciate your presence with us today and your willingness to take your time. Thank you all. Thanks to all of our guests.
Thank you, everybody.